Don't say I never give you guys anything, all right? Because today I got something special for you. Today, in this amped upload, I will give to you spoilers. Yes, Monday Night Raw results for October 14, 2024. Now you're thinking, BC, the show hasn't even hit the airwaves yet. How do you have the complete review? I'm glad you asked. You see, last week, after the live October 7th airing, they taped this week's show. And that is because the boys and gals of WWE are currently on a tour. Well, I mean, that's an excuse anyway, because the reality is, from the latest word we're getting anyway, is that at least once a month, WWE will be taping Monday Night Raw. Now, we don't know if that's just for the duration of the USA Network relationship, which expires come January. I don't believe that would carry on into Netflix. I would hope not. They didn't spend $5 billion for once every single month to deliver a taped show. Nobody needs... That's no. I don't know. Not that I don't believe anyway that any of us have $5 billion laying around. But if we gave somebody $5 billion and every week they're live, and they took the $5 billion and then they said, oh yeah, by the way, we're only going to give you 3 live shows every month. I don't know if that's going to go over well. But one tape show every month. I truly believe that this was planned for a while now. There was a lot of ways they could have went live with a show today or tonight, but they decided not to. So anyway, long story short, it was taped last week. Thus, I have the results for you guys, or as we call in the business, I have the spoilers, the dreaded S word, right? There's a lot of individuals that are like, oh no, earmuffs. I cannot hear this, BC. I must watch it when it airs, which is totally fine, man. Go relax. Go get yourself a coffee. Kick your feet up. Take a nap. Do something, man. Pick up a new hobby. Go play in traffic. Pick up a bad habit. Something that's totally cool. I'm going to be offended by it. After you catch the show, come back to the channel, pop on this upload, and listen to BC's thoughts on tonight's show. So just come on back. But no matter what, whether you're going to catch this entire amped upload spoilers edition of Monday Night Raw or you're going to come back and catch it, either way, you best smash that up, man. You got to let BC know you're fully amplified and help out that algorithm. So that like button better get a Dusty Rhodes elbow. Smash that up. Smash it all, everything down there. The subscription, the notification, all that good stuff, man. Be the first to know when BC's got the uploads popping off. Especially if we can ever in the near future do a live stream, which I can't wait to do. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, man. That's my cold open teaser. Just letting you guys know, right? Forewarned, right? You now all know that we are doing spoilers. So nobody can get caught off guard. And before we actually get going with this spoilers edition results review of Monday Night Raw, October 14, 2024, before we get into it, I got to give 2 big shout outs. Number 1, my New York Yankees. That's right. Can you see the logo? There you go. There it is. My Yankees tonight, game 1 of the ALCS against the Cleveland, I almost said Cavaliers. The Cleveland Guardians. They will always be the Indians to BC. The Cleveland Guardians. Yankees hopefully take care of business in game 1 and game 2, 3, 4. Let's just do a sweep. Let's get to the World Series. Mets or Dodgers, let's rock. But my Yankees tonight, so if you guys listen to the spoilers, this doesn't sound like a lot of fun for you on Monday Night Raw, switch over and support my New York Yankees. A big salute to my Yankees. And a massive shout out and salute to Amplified Unit, not just subscriber, but Gold. I believe over a year now, correct? Yes, it's the Amplified Star. Deshaun Sanders, man, a channel member for well over a year. Deshaun Sanders with a super thanks, super chat in yesterday's upload. That was it yesterday or was that Saturday's? That was the SmackDown review. And Deshaun Sanders, man, chucking a coffee at the channel. I love seeing that type of support. You guys absolutely rock. Deshaun Sanders, always good to see your name pop up. And Deshaun Sanders, may I just say, too, in that super chat, you are absolutely correct. When Roman does finally accept that help from Jey Uso, not that we know that Jey is extending that olive branch. Jimmy is talking about making that goal. But, yeah, when Jey comes back into the fold, man, if done correctly, as you say, because that is ever so true. If done correctly, it's going to be a huge moment. Deshaun Sanders. I could not start this spoilers edition review of Monday Night Raw without giving a big shout out to Deshaun. Salute. And we're going to get right into it. But guys, this is an old fashioned, let me just show you. This is the Folgers coffee popping off. We got Folgers, man. I haven't done a Folgers in a while, right? The best part of waking up. It's Folgers in your cup. Folgers, it's in your motherfucking cup. And you guys want to hear how wild BC is. You guys already know how wild BC is, but I'm doing a Folgers coffee with still my Dunkin' extra cream and sugar. So I popped the Folgers, but then I did the Dunkin' extra. So I'm mixing Dunkin' with Folgers. You know BC's wild, bro. Let me get a huge swig of this. Come right on back. We're going to cover Monday Night Raw, man. Cody Rhodes is going to be on Monday Night Raw. Rhea Ripley is tag teaming with Tiffany Stratton. Are you kidding me? What is Hunter Hearst Helmsley on, bro? Why is Rhea Ripley and Tiffany tag teaming? And why is Damage Control losing in such utter trash fashion against the tag title holders? Much love to Bianca and Jade, by the way. There's no reason they should, or there's no way they could be losing this matchup. But why have Damage Control in there to take this type of an L? Miz and R-Truth are in the ring. Breaker and Kofi Kingston. We're going to talk all about it, and we're going to do it right now. Monday Night Raw. The results. The review. The spoilers for October 14, 2024. All right, guys, so we're going to get right into it. In full disclosure from the jump, Cody Rhodes is advertised for tonight's show. Monday Night Raw or WWE is advertising Cody Rhodes for this show. However, we do not have any word on what his role is tonight. There is no spoilers, as of this recording anyway, as to what Cody has actually done. So if it is indeed nothing in the ring, could he be doing one of these like backstage sit-down interviews with like Michael Cole or something like that? Joe Tessitore maybe? Maybe Corey Graves, Wade Barrett? Or maybe they have Gunther and Cody with like a Michael Cole or a Tessitore in the middle. But Cody Rhodes is advertised for this show. I do not have any spoiler on Cody Rhodes. I don't have it. Nothing on Cody. He's gonna show up under his new, right? He's gonna be like Mick Foley. He's gonna have a new bunch of characters, man. He's gonna show up like Casper. He was on the show, you just couldn't see it. Cody loves John Cena, man. He models his career after John Cena. So it could be like a Casper character, right? You can't see me. He's got to change it up. I'm pretty sure John Cena has that. That's going to be gimmick infringement. All right. I've had a lot of coffee already. So let's get to what we do know spoiler-wise. Again, this is 10/14/24. Tonight's show is pre-taped from last Monday night. If you don't want to hear these spoilers, I told you in the cold open, go play, introduce something, and pick up bad habits, and then come back after the show and listen to BC's thoughts. All right, in all seriousness, guys, let's jump into it. Rhea Ripley is out there. We believe to start the show. Again, this is as chronological as we can possibly give to you. At any point, obviously, they could just kind of mash this up. So just because it went down this way live does not mean that they can't twist this for the final edit. But we believe Rhea Ripley will start the show. She wants Raquel Rodriguez to the ring. right? She's demanding, she's ordering Raquel Rodriguez for some unfinished business. But instead, she gets Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton to the ring. Now, hold on. I almost got ahead of myself. First and foremost, you guys know, I put Tiffany Stratton on a pedestal. She is so damn good. It's not just like a blonde Barbie that WWE is always trying to push, like they have for years and years with many individuals. No, Tiffany Stratton actually has talent. She was already over within just a few months on the roster. When they were going to different countries, she got one of the loudest ovations time after time. And that's justified. She's that good. But Tiffany Stratton showing up on Monday Night Raw and all the talent that we saw show up this past Friday on SmackDown, you have to wonder, like, where is the brand split? And of course it's non-existent. It's been non-existent for years, whether it's under Vincent Kennedy or Hunter Hearst Helmsley. The brand split is a joke. What sucks, though, is that you want to honor it, right? As fans, we want to believe that they're giving care to this brand split, because then it's special when they actually do mix it up. But it's just so random, man. Friday Night SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, just random people showing up from the other show. They don't make a big deal out of it. It's not like Nick Aldis is like, whoa, all this Raw talent has taken over SmackDown Friday. Because that's what happened on a lot. Liv Morgan, Dominic. So many individuals showing up to SmackDown. Nick Aldis doesn't even care. He's backstage talking about a new tag team that he signed. Adam Pearce is over here. Tiffany Stratton is starting your show and ends up being, we believe, to be in the main event, by the way. And Adam Pearce is like, what can I do? It's only a brand split. I have no control over my brand. But we want to suspend that disbelief, right? I always call it suspending belief, so we can enter the wacky world of pro wrestling and believe on what they're selling us. Man, so as much as I love Tiffany Stratton, I hate when they just throw people out there without real explanation. Because all Tiffany said was, I'm here to deliver a message from Nia Jax. That's it. All right. And Adam Pearce lets you come out in attire, right? In your full, like you're about to wrestle. He lets you come out. You got your music and everything. He lets you come out and take his TV time. And Raw got cut from 3 hours to 2 hours. But he's going to give SmackDown talent that time. Again, if this was Liv Morgan out there, all right, then maybe Tiffany, because you got Nia and Liv facing each other at Crown Jewel. It's not nitpicking. It's literally like, why is Tiffany Stratton starting Monday Night Raw? Doesn't make sense. But then it got even more weird. If you thought that didn't make sense, check this out. So again, Stratton says she's there to deliver a message on behalf of Nia Jax, but then Liv Morgan and Rodriguez attack both Rhea and Tiffany. They attack Rhea and Tiffany. And then this leads to a tag match later in the night. We presume this will be the main event of the night. So maybe after that they do something with Cody and Gunther. Maybe behind the scenes. We don't know. It's a weird main event, right? After 2 hours of watching a taped Monday Night Raw, it's just to see Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. I don't understand why Tiffany and Rhea are in a tag team. How is that even approved? Like, whatever creative writer came up with that, how did Hunter Hearst Helmsley go, yep, that makes sense. That'll get the crowd on board. Too many times, heel versus heel, face versus face, and now we're just doing these weird, or face versus heel, and then they just shake hands like Randy and Gunther, and now we're just doing heel, face, tag team. There's nothing you can say right about BC. They want Tiffany to be a face in the future, BC. I get it. That's not now. I get there's a little bit of a riff with Nia Jax. That's not now, though. Rhea and Tiffany Stratton. It's so odd. And if that is the actual main event, which again we presume it to be, I don't know if that's a main event, man, for a Monday Night Raw. Very odd. Now we're going to go to that match right now, if you don't mind. Because again, we don't have confirmation that WWE will make that the main event. We just have in the spoiler, in the spoilers that I came across, double verified, by the way. It just said later in the night. So we'll go over that right now. The matchup itself was thrown out and labeled a no contest when Nia Jax hit the ring. Nia Jax, that's right. Adam Pearce is like, hey, what are you going to do? Oh, I'm going to interrupt the match on your show. Oh, okay. Have fun. Don't take too much time, please. We're trying to fit Cody on the show. And Nia's like, yeah, fuck off. Fuck off. So here comes Nia Jax, and Nia Jax takes everybody out, or definitely Morgan. Morgan got absolutely destroyed. And then Nia Jax demanded that Tiffany cash in her briefcase on Liv Morgan right after that attack. So Nia Jax is telling Stratton right now, cash in. Stratton's like, Nia's like, no. Like the mean girl, right? The bully. And Tiffany's like, Nia's like, no. So the hesitation allows Dominic Mysterio to drag Liv Morgan out of the ring. And that's, again, I can't see that would end the show. There would have to be something afterwards, right? That can't be the actual main event. And that's the finish. Nia wants Tiffany to cash in, and Dominic Mysterio drags Liv, just like Liv has dragged Dominic Mysterio out 1,000 times in the past couple of months. That can't be the best creative, right? It better not be, guys. Seriously. I'll absolutely be watching my New York Yankees and the Cleveland Guardians tonight. But I'll absolutely have the left big screen on as well for Monday Night Raw. Trust me, I'll be watching with a keen eye. There's no way, because that's just, the whole booking of this is so odd. I hope it plays better on actual television, on the actual product, on the actual show. I hope this plays out better than on paper, because on paper, this is childish gibberish. Makes no sense, has no place on a 2-hour Monday Night Raw. This is where we're supposed to be getting the best Monday Night Raw as possible. We have been clamoring for this for years, guys, to get Monday Night Raw at 2 hours, because Hunter Hearst Helmsley himself said the third hour is so incredibly difficult to write for, his exact words. And what he's saying is, because of that, the rest of the show suffers from it. And you're not going to get the best show because the third hour is such a crusher. Well, here you go. No more excuses, no more mulligans. You got your 2 hours. And last week was, for the most part, a dud. That's not BC even saying that. The community said, that was a rough 2-hour Raw. We thought we were going to get better. We had some expectations, and they weren't even close to being met. Okay, BC actually gave Hunter a little bit of a mulligan last week. A lot of people were shocked. A lot of people were hard on that Raw. BC was not that hard on it. I gave him 1 week to go to that 2-hour format, get acclimated, even though they knew about this for months. But tonight, man, absolutely not. No more mulligans here, man. This is the 2-hour Raws we've been waiting for. Last week a dud, this week is taped. It's almost like they let their foot off the gas pedal even more when they went to 2 hours. So it's the opposite of what we were hoping for. This is a weird setup and a weird tag match. And I presume that this is the start and the finish of the show, or close to the finish. Maybe it starts hour 2. I don't know. Again, we don't know what Cody's doing as of this recording. Then you go to the tag title match. Speaking of tag teams, this is Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair. They defeated Io Sky and Kairi Sane of Damage Control last week, that you will see tonight. Damage Control. How many times do I tell you their booking is in severe need of a complete rehaul? They are absolutely trashing any semblance of respect that Damage Control got for themselves over the past 2 years. Ish. And it started even more the downward spiral when they were overtaken by a more vicious heel group in Sonya's group. The problem was Damage Control was heels at the time, so they got out-heeled. So then they quietly went to faces. And then last night, so they went quietly into face mode. They became faces because they got out-heeled by Sonya's group. So that makes them look horrible right there. Like, you just could not cut it as heels. So you got booted from the heel club, and you were forced to go face. And then tonight, they got booted from the face club because they immediately went into this weird storyline with Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, the two biggest faces in their tag division. Two of the biggest female faces in the company right now. So why put Damage Control in there? And if you're going to do that, why not keep them heel and do a heel-face story? Especially if you're just going to have them lose like this. I'm making too much sense. Again, this is not nitpicking. It's not being negative. This is literally just saying, why would you have Damage Control go from heels to faces the way that they did, just to face to faces, the champions, and just lose instantly in the middle of a Monday Night Raw? Not a PLE storyline. No, in the middle of a Raw. All of this, that goes to show you that there was no plan for him. They just had Sonya's group show up, and they're like, I don't know what we're going to do with Sonya's group. Hey, beat up Damage Control. Hunter, Damage Control is technically heels. Well, I don't do heels and faces, so perfect. Just take them out. Because that's what happened, guys. Damage Control loses his match via pinfall, by the way. There is word, supposedly, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend from NXT, they supposedly caused a late distraction, which allowed Belair to pin Sky. So, my question here, and I literally put this in the notes, why? We just saw this 2-minute match on Friday. We just saw Belair and Cargill defeat Jackson and Legend in 2 minutes on Friday night. Just 2 minutes. That's all it took. So why are they out there on Monday night still sticking their noses in? Are we going to get a part 2? Jade and Bianca versus Legend and Jackson part 2? Was the 2-minute match not enough for WWE? Can they somehow make it even worse? Or are you trying to tell me, because supposedly they caused a late distraction and it was Damage Control that lost, are you trying to set up a Damage Control Legend Jackson match? Meta Girls Damage Control. CBC back on track. Legend and Jackson can play the heels. Let them play the heels, BC. Damage Control will be back to face mode, and they'll give Damage Control a big W. Yes, a massive W over NXT's Legend and Jackson, the same two individuals that lost in 2 minutes to Belair and Cargill. Common sense and logic, that's all BC's using. I'm not even going out on the limb. I'm not even tapping into my spidey senses of pro wrestling. I'm not tapping into my Paul Heyman-esque vocabulary or dictionary or Webster's, anything like that, man. I'm not going the extra mile. I'm not tapping into my inner creative juices or flow. I'm just delivering bare minimum common sense and logic. This is absolute childish gibberish for booking. And you guys know that, man. Again, just like I said with Ripley and Tiffany Stratton and Nia and Liv and Raquel and those segments on tonight's show, I'm going to say the same thing with this tag title match. I hope it plays much better on the actual show. Way better than it does on paper. Because on paper, this is incredibly, no dramaticism here. This is incredibly bad. On paper. Again, we'll let it play out tonight. So then we go into, hey, this will make some people happy. I don't know what it really does because it's a non-existent tag division, but the War Raiders return tonight, not the Vikings, right? From what we're hearing on this spoiler edition, again, double verified for BC, is that they are under the name War Raiders. So they come back tonight. They took a W over to Tozawa and Otis. Again, in my notes, for the third time, I put, why? Why have Tozawa and Otis take this L? This is the first time back for War Raiders. That's going to be the big headline anyway. Just have a couple of jobbers in the ring from the local bingo hall. Literally, that's all you gotta do, man. Paulie Walnuts, Luigi Lugnuts from the local bingo hall. Put them in there. 60 seconds later, the War Raiders absolutely squashed them like bugs. Cool. The superstars look like superstars, and no actual superstar got hurt in the process, booking-wise. But instead, they take Tozawa and Otis. Man, it doesn't seem like long ago where we really thought, well, man, when Otis turns on Gable, it's going to be such a special moment. And then Gable, or should I say Otis and Tozawa and Maxine, they're going to be something special if they continue to do this correctly. And before you knew it, they just rushed a Chad Gable Wyatt storyline. So the Otis storyline and the new version of Alpha Academy, because Chad Gable went and formed American Made, Otis now has Alpha Academy. So this new version of Alpha Academy, they were thrown to the wayside, man. All Otis did was just like shove Gable a little bit, and that was the turn. It was anticlimactic. The fans in attendance were like, was that it? They may have had a couple of weird matches together, 6-man something. It's forgettable. And now look at Otis and Tozawa, man. Look at Otis and Tozawa. You remember when Otis was in that tag team? What were they called? Heavy Machinery, I believe it was. It wasn't Tozawa. It was Otis and, I want to say Tucker. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. I'm drawing a blank on that. It sounds right, though. Otis Tucker, maybe. But Heavy Machinery. And I'm like, that's a team, man. Don't even break them up. Instead, Vince just saw something in Otis, kicked the other dude to the curb. That was a team that could have been something. And I'm just thinking, like, Otis, I don't even care if it's Tozawa next to him. He shouldn't be losing like this. Put a couple of jobbers in there. Don't take Alpha Academy and throw them in there to be your jobbers. This does nothing for Otis and Tozawa, man, except make the crowd, make the audience look at them even further down the totem pole than they already do. Again, at least I'm sure the War, maybe they'll get a big pop tonight from those that watched NXT and gave a crap about their name. But we'll see. War Raiders back tonight. Then Miz defeated R-Truth with Final Testament contributing to the victory, and then a post-match beatdown from Miz to R-Truth. Okay, does that move the needle for you guys, man? Does that get you excited? I don't know. I'm asking, honestly. The 86th time we've seen Miz turn heel. Does that move the needle for you guys? I'm truly at it. Maybe it does. Maybe you're like, BC, this should actually be fun, man, because they were a tag team. And all right, cool, man. It's in the eye of the beholder. It's your prerogative. This is one of those things where you read on the spoiler sheet and you're like, I literally don't have to spend 15 minutes of my primetime Monday night watching that. Okay, I didn't even care about Miz and R-Truth as a team. Think I care about this nonsensical, useless match? And then Final Testament gets involved. Oh, so what? What are we doing? R-Truth versus Karrion Kross? Damn, I'm so glad they're really finally making something of Karrion. we hope, but this ain't gonna be it. Oh, man. Braun Breaker defeats Kofi Kingston. The only thing interesting here, I put this in my notes, interesting to see Xavier's role in this. I didn't have it verified in my spoiler request sheet. So I had one of the spoilers I was given actually had him doing something tonight, but I was not able to get it double verified. And because of that, I'm not giving it to you guys. So because of that, I don't know. We'll see what Xavier's role is tonight. That's the only thing. Braun Breaker versus Kofi Kingston, just like Miz and R-Truth, or War Raiders versus Otis and Tozawa, just because the Vikings are now called War Raiders. A lot of these matches, guys, I'd much rather be watching my New York Yankees whoop that ass tonight in ALCS Game 1. Thank you. More coffee, BC. I'd much rather just watch the Yankees whoop that ass. Honestly, much rather do that. So maybe I will be more vivid on the right side of that big screen where the Yankees are playing than I am on the left side with these matchups. This is just for a tape show, man. If you know you're going to be taped, you put your best foot forward and you make people read that spoiler sheet and go, damn, I got to watch it. Damn, how did they pull that off? How did that unfold? Wait, what happened? That's wild. Did you guys hear what's happening tonight? You want to get your audience excited. How is this? Miz defeats R-Truth. War Raiders defeat Tozawa and Otis. Breaker defeats Kofi Kingston. Jade Cargill and Bianca defeat Damage Control again. Tiffany Stratton and Rhea Ripley in a tag team against Raquel and Liv. And Cody is going to say words tonight. All right, so that's it. That's everything. Man, I was on a roll. I had a lot of coffee today. I told you guys, man, I'm on a roll. I'm ready to do another friggin'... I forgot it's not 3 hours anymore. I'm like, where's the rest of this, man? I'm ready to keep ripping this apart because this is not the Raw that we were hoping for when it went to 2 hours. You say, well, BC, what can they do? They're taped. Well, that's another problem, man. Don't be taped. There's ways to go about this, man. Or if you're going to be taped, I mean, at least do it like the day before, the day of. They've done that in other countries. They literally have recorded like the day, but within 24 to 48 hours anyway, right? So it's not live, okay, but it's like right there, man. Like most of your audience doesn't even know what happened because it literally just happened. But no, they're just getting lazy now. They're like, oh, we already got the production here. Let's just record it now. What do we put up there, Hunter? Just a bunch of weird shit. And listen, as long as we call the, what's the tag team company? Yeah, call them War Raiders. That'll steal all the headlines. Everybody will be happy. This ain't it, man. This is not what we were thinking. Last week was a dud up front, and this week is a taped bunch of garbage. Hopefully it plays out better, though, man. I'll have it on that left big screen, all right? We're going to give this a chance tonight, and hopefully it delivers better than on paper. That's what we're hoping for. It's the only thing we can hope for. Because, damn, when I went over this spoiler sheet and then I got it double verified, I really took a moment to look down, and I was like, so I was literally, guys, this is a true story. I went, because I was thinking about how we're going to deliver this on the upload. And I was like, so, because I'm looking at it, and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? I'm tapping into inner Cody. What am I even going to talk about? Thankfully, I'm on a lot of coffee. I got the gift to gab. BC's highly entertaining. And so I can talk a lot about seemingly nothing like this show. But again, hopefully it plays out better. We'll be checking it out. There'll be a lot of content this week, so make sure you guys are subbed, notified, all the good stuff, man. BC will be right back with you with a fresh cup of coffee and a lot of pro wrestling news and discussion, man. It's going to be a big week on the channel. So just because there's no Raw review tomorrow does not mean you ain't getting content. There will absolutely be an upload tomorrow, so make sure you're subbed and notified. All right, until next time, there will be that next time. BC in the unit. We're saying check you.